Hello, it's Willie from the Ozarks, and it is May the 10th, and we're ready for Lesson 130 in A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students. Lesson 130, it is impossible to see two worlds. It is impossible to see two worlds. All right, well, this is a continuation of our last lesson or two, obviously. Last lesson being a continuation of the one before that. Yesterday being beyond this world, there is a world I want. Remember how he talked about how that in the beginning of that, our lesson before that, lesson 128, was the world I see holds nothing that I want. All right, well, he said, here he starts off in this first paragraph, he says, you cannot stop with the idea the world is worthless. For unless you see that there is something else to hope for, you will only be depressed. Okay, so that lesson where he says the world I see holds nothing that I want, well, he doesn't want us to stay there. He wants us to recognize that. But then the next day we go, beyond this world, there is a world I want. Our emphasis is not on giving up the world, but on exchanging it for what is far more satisfying, filled with joy, and capable of offering you what? Peace. See, you've got to have a world that's real in order to be able to have secure peace in it, because only the real can be not threatened, and that's why it's real. It's changeless. It's anyway. Let's see. This is the world of, no lasting love is found in the world that we're leaving, for none is there. But this is a world of time where all things end. Is it a loss to find a world instead where losing is impossible, where love endures forever and hate cannot exist and vengeance has no meaning? That's the world we're heading to, a world where it's only beauty. That's heaven, okay? And we don't have to die to get there. Yeah, a lot of people do die to get there. But my understanding is that it's only attained in life. And life has nothing to do with this side or the other side of the veil. It's all life. The veil we call death, it's all life. Some of us, we may not see them in this physical world, but that doesn't mean that our brothers and sisters that have left this body are dead. It means that they're alive on a different frequency that we can't see in this world. Okay. Did you notice that yesterday in that lesson, did you get a sense of being able to tune into that energy that doesn't need words to convey itself? We won't get into it. Their language has no words, for what they say cannot be symbolized. Their knowledge is direct and wholly shared and wholly one. That's God himself speaks to his Son as his Son speaks to him. And that's where we're headed, and that's where we really are. We just aren't aware of it perhaps all the time. Here is the world that comes to take its place as you unbind your mind from little things the world sets forth to keep you prisoner there. Value those little things not, and they will disappear. Esteem them, esteem the old world, and they seem real to you. Remember, where your treasure is where your heart is, or your heart is where your treasure is, and you'll instinctively treasure anything that you value. So don't value the changing world, the passing world, and it won't seem real to you. You'll see what is real. Such is the choice. Esteem them, and they will seem real to you. Such is the choice. What loss can be for you in choosing not to value nothingness. So we're learning to value nothing that has no value. Hope we followed that. Practice your willingness to make this change. 10 minutes in the morning and at night. Did you do that? Did you do your 3 10-minute quiet times where you started off by saying, beyond this world, there is a world I want. I choose to see that world instead of this, for here is nothing that I really want. And then in that silent darkness, watch the lights that are not of this world light one by one, until where one begins, another ends, losing all meaning as they blend as one. Vision has come. That's what that's referring to. And a day of grace is given you today, and we give thanks. This day we realize that what you feared to lose was only loss. Now do we understand there is no loss? And did you hourly throughout the day yesterday say to yourself, the world I see holds nothing that I want. The world I see has nothing that I want. Beyond this world, there is a world I want. Okay, well, I've got a little Mother's Day flower set that I just thought they were pretty. Got them for Jessica on Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day for all of you all. I know that I should have said that yesterday, but anyway, we're a day after you by the time of getting this recording. But anyway, for all of you that care for others and have a motherly attitude and spirit, thank you. We need more mothers to pass on the gentle kindness of life. It's time for all your warm weather plants here in the Ozarks now. And this is there's actually several cucumbers. I'll probably divide that one into these 4 plants and these 4 plants. Probably just cut that in the middle and plant those over on a hill and plant these over on a hill. These are cucumbers, heirloom Boston pickling cucumbers. So Boston pickling cucumbers. I kind of like to pick things from around the country that have been doing good for a long time, and they'll become, if I keep the seeds over several generations, they'll get even more site-specific for this part of the Ozarks. All right, let's see. Beyond this world, there's a world I want, which was yesterday's. Now today, it is impossible to see 2 worlds. Perception is consistent. What you see reflects your thinking, and your thinking but reflects your choice of what you want to see. Your values are determiners of this. For what you value, you must want to see, believing what you see is really there. No one can see a world his mind has not accorded value, and no one can fail to look upon what he believes he wants. Somehow our minds are able at a non-conscious level, maybe, or at least what most of us would consider unconscious, is able to log in all of the ideas that you hold and tries to put them into a logical sequence, is what he's saying here. And so he says that perception is consistent. What you see reflects your thinking. All right? And your thinking but reflects your choices of what you want to see. Your values are determiners of this. For what you value, you must want to see, believing that what you see is really there. No one can see a world his mind has not accorded value, and no one can fail to look upon what he believes he wants. Okay, power of thought, power of the mind. Whether it's true or not, just the fact that you believe it is all that's required. Paragraph 2, all that's required to manifest it in your perception of the world, because he says perception is consistent. Paragraph 2, yet who can really hate and love at once? Who can desire what he does not want to have reality? And who can choose to see a world of which he is afraid? Fear must make blind, and this its weapon is. Fear must make blind. For this its weapon is. That which you fear to see, you cannot see. Love and perception thus go hand in hand, but fear obscures in darkness what is there. Okay, so love and perception thus go hand in hand, but fear obscures in darkness what is there, because you can't see what you're afraid of. It gets everything to where you can't see anymore. That's why we want to process our fears and turn them into acceptance and love as a way of awakening, of seeing what's really there. Those who would forgive themselves must learn to welcome truth exactly as it is. To me, that's the keynote of awakening. Just let things be. I like what the Beatles sang that time, that song, Let It Be, Let It Be. Paragraph 3, and we need to kind of have that attitude. Just let things be. It's a pictorial representation of our own thoughts, and we can change what we see by changing our thoughts. So be aware of what you see, but don't be too caught up in it, because go back into your thoughts and let those change for the better. Paragraph 3. What then can fear project upon the world? What can be seen in darkness that is real? Truth is eclipsed by fear, and what remains is but imagined. Yet what can be real in blind imaginings of panic born? What would you want that this is shown to you? What would you wish to keep in such a dream? 4. Fear has made everything you think you see. All separation, all distinctions, and all multitude of differences you believe make up the world. Wow, he's saying fear has made everything we see. They are not there. Wow, they're illusions. Love's enemy has made them up, yet love can have no enemy. And so they have no cause, no being, and no consequence. Now that's some mighty highfalutin cause and effect reasoning at a very high metaphysical level. They can be valued but remain unreal. They can be sought, but they cannot be found. Did you follow that reasoning? Paragraph 5. Today we will not seek for them, nor waste the day in seeking not what can be found. It is impossible to see two worlds which have no overlap of any kind. Seek for the one, the other disappears, but one remains. They are the range of choice beyond which your decision cannot go. The real and the unreal are all there is to choose between, and nothing more than these. Wow. Okay, the real or the unreal is all that we have. He's kind of get this where it's real easy for us to see that we only have one choice, always, between the real and the unreal. Paragraph 6. Today we will attempt no compromise where none is possible. The world you see is proof you have already made a choice as all-embracing as its opposite. What we would learn today is more than just the lesson that you cannot see two worlds. It also teaches that the one you see is quite consistent from the point of view from which you see it. It is all a piece because it stems from one emotion and reflects its source in everything you see. Love or fear, one emotion. Everything comes from either fear, feeling like you're separate, or love, knowing that you're one. Paragraph 7. 6 times today, in thanks and gratitude, we gladly give 5 minutes to the thought which ends all compromise and doubt, and go beyond them all as one. So we're going to take that 30 minutes and divide it up into 6 5-minute extended practice periods today. We will not make 1,000 meaningless distinctions, nor attempt to bring with us a little part of unreality, as we devote our minds to finding only what is real. We're going to devote our minds to finding only what is real in these 6 5-minute quiet times. Begin your searching for the other world. Begin your searching for the other world by asking for a strength beyond your own. All right, we're going to ask for a strength from God, from the Holy Spirit, from your brother Jesus, for a strength beyond your own, and recognize what it is you seek. You do not want illusions. And you come to these 5 minutes emptying your hands of all the petty treasures of this world. You wait for God to help you as you say with an open mind. You're going to empty your mind of all the treasures you thought you needed. And say, okay, I don't know what I need. I'm just going to empty my mind and allow God to give me strength beyond what I'm aware of. And as you start, you'll say, it is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, that I may find my freedom and deliverance. Let's read that again, paragraph 9. It is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, that I may find my freedom and deliverance. God will be there, for you have called upon the great unfailing power, who will take this giant step with you in gratitude. Isn't that nice? God's going to take this giant step, he's calling this, in gratitude. God's going to take it in gratitude that we're asking him for help. Nor will you fail to see his thanks expressed in tangible perception and in truth. You will not doubt what you will look upon, for though it is perception, it is a kind of seeing that your eyes alone have ever seen before. For though it is perception, it is not the kind of seeing that your eyes alone have ever seen before. And you will know God's strength upheld as you made this choice. Paragraph 11. Dismiss temptation easily today, whenever it arises, merely by remembering the limits on your choice. Why is it going to be easy? Because we're going to reduce it down to two choices: happiness or sadness, guilt or innocence, freedom or pain, death and sickness, or life and health, ease or resistance. Let it flow. Be at peace. Dismiss temptation easily today whenever it arises, merely by remembering the limits on your choice. The unreal or the real, the false or true is what you see and only what you see. Perception is consistent with your choice, and hell or heaven comes to you as one. If you choose love, you're going to be, that emotion is going to bring heaven. If you choose pain or guilt, you'll have the emotion, or that emotion will give you hell. Except a little part of hell is real, and you have damned your eyes and cursed your sight, and what you will behold is hell indeed. Yet the release of heaven still remains within your range of choice to take the place of everything that hell would show to you. All you need to say to any part of hell, whatever form it takes, is simply this: it is impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not a part of what I want. So when you start seeing that you're in misery and pain, anxiety, frustrated, anxious, upset in any way, say, well, I must be in hell. And then just say this: it is impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not a part of what I want. And then settle back and let God come and see the good, see the love. Let the lights come on of true reality. God is everywhere present and leading you. All right? So it is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, that I may find my freedom and deliverance. It is impossible to see two worlds.